Welcome, Catch Scholars. We are only a couple of days away from the 2020 AP tests. Given the difficult circumstances of quarantine and the difficulties of engaging Welcome, Catch Scholars, to the 2020 AP tests. We are only a couple of days away from our testing window, and we want to say how proud we are of your hard work and dedication that you've shown towards taking the AP exams this year, given the difficult situations of quarantine. We would like to share some key information about the test to help you prepare for a successful day on the day of your exam. There are 6 key marks and events that need to be completed in order for you to have a successful AP test. The first is today you need to confirm your email address using the College Board website. You may go to myapp.collegeboard.org/login, enter your catch email, and confirm your catch email as your email address for where your e-ticket will be sent. You'll need to confirm your address in order to receive your e-ticket. Second, it is very important that you mark your calendar for your test day and for your time of your exam. All exams across the nation will begin at the exact same time. Third, make sure you have your notes and resources ready on the day of the exam. Because of extenuating circumstances, the College Board has allowed all exams to be open notes, open books. 4. Prepare a testing environment for yourself. Find an area in your home where you will be able to focus and where you will be uninterrupted for at least an hour and a half on the day of your test. Number 5. Preparations for test day. There are several key preparations that if you have done before the test and have practiced, that will make your testing more efficient and easier on the day of your test. 6. After the exam. After the exam, you will have to log on to your College Board and notify and select which universities you would like to receive your test score. You may always go back and revise your selections at a future time. The first thing you need to do is to check your email and confirm your email on your College Board. Once you have confirmed your email, you need to mark your calendar for your test date and time. 2 days before the test date, you will receive an email from the College Board with an 8-character AP ID number. This is a unique number that identifies you to the College Board. On a slip of paper, write down your 8-character AP ID number. Write down the name of the exam that you are signed up for. Write down the date in which your test will take place and the start time of your exam. Write down what time you need to check in. It is 30 minutes before your exam time. There is information you need to input prior to your exam, and you need to set up your browsers so that you can have a successful testing session. The following is a schedule of AP exams. Please find your teacher and your correct subject, and write down the day of your exam and the time. For instance, United States Government and Politics for Mr. Pexon will begin on May 11th, Monday. The test will begin at 1 p.m., which means you need to sign in by 12:30 p.m. English Lit and Composition, Dr. Arnold, will begin on May 13th, Wednesday. At 11 a.m., you will need to sign in to your e-ticket by 10:30 a.m. Mr. Park, the AP test will be on May 15th for United States history at 11 a.m. You'll need to sign in to your e-ticket by 10:30 a.m. The following are the test dates and times for AP Psychology, AP English Language and Composition, AP Statistics, and AP Spanish Language and Culture. If you are taking multiple exams, it is very important that you make a note card for each one of these exams, their dates, and the start times. If you have a question about the day and the time, please contact your respective teachers for clarification. Remember, write down your 8-character AP ID number. Write down the name of your exam, the date of your exam, the start time, and your check-in time. It is also very helpful to put this information into your Google Calendar by creating events for each test. I highly recommend 2 hours notifications before as a reminder of the test. Notes and resources are permitted for all AP exams. You may use your class notes or study guides which you may have prepared. You may use class textbooks, and you may use previous homework assignments. Before your test date, make sure you have a good testing environment at your home. Your testing environment should have reliable online access. You should have a place where you can have all your electronic devices plugged in, as you do not want to run out of battery in the middle of your test. Please ask your family members for at least an hour and a half for each exam of no disruptions. Also, because families are quarantined, please ask them to stay offline if at all possible, to leave your bandwidth open for the test. Finally, have your notes, books, and resources ready prior to the test. Have your notes annotated, have your books annotated, and have all your resources at the ready in case you need to look something up. Testing environment supplies. You may take the test on a Chromebook or a computer, or you can choose to take a test by writing your answers on paper. The requirements for your computer are that you need Chrome, Firefox, Safari, or Edge in order to open your e-ticket. Make sure that all buttons on your keyboard are in working order. You will have to create one Google Doc for every question on the test. All AP tests will only have a maximum of 2 questions. Some will have 1. For each answer document that you create, make sure you label the file, as we will cover in your preparation tutorial a little bit later. For each file, name it AP and put in the name of the test, and then put a dash and then write question, and then depending on if it is answer document number 1, put question 1. If it is answer document number 2, please put question 2. Make sure you have these files created before the test date. At the top of your Google Docs, each one should have your AP ID number, your initials. For example, for Alvin Park, your initials would be AP. You do not have to put your middle name, but you may if you would like. Also, please put the page number on the right side of your doc. Writing and phone. In order to complete your test on paper, you will need to have prepared 12 blank lined papers. You will need 4 pens in black or blue ink. On your pages, you will have to pre-label the heading. In the top left corner, put your AP ID number on each page as well as your initial. Once you have finished writing your answers on your answer document, you will number the pages in order. You are only allowed to submit a maximum of 5 pages for each question. If your test has 1 question, that question gets 5 pages. If your test has 2 questions, then you will need a total of 10 pages. Make sure that your phone has a functioning camera and is able to connect to the internet in order to upload photos of your pages. Preparing your documents and papers before the test date can help you improve your efficiency when you take the test. To prepare your documents, open up your browser and go to drive.google.com. Make sure you sign in with your catch username. Once you are signed in to your Google Drive, you're going to go to the top left corner of your screen where it says New, and in the drop-down menu, you're going to select Google Docs. This will open a new Google document for you to write down your answers for the test. The first thing we are going to have to do is to create a convenient and easy to access title for your document. To access the name of your file, you can click in the top left corner where it says Untitled Document. If you do not see the heading in the top left corner, you may have to show or unhide your toolbar by clicking the left arrow. Go into the heading of your document have 7 pieces of blank paper ready before the day of the test. On each page in the top left corner, write your student AP ID number. Make sure you are using a black or blue pen for all writing during the test. Below your AP ID number, please place your initials. Do this on every single blank paper you plan to use for the test. On the day of the test, you will write down the question or the prompt that you are answering, followed by your answer. Also, you will label each page that you use in order to answer the question. You are allowed to use 5 sheets of paper for each question and no more. However, you are not required to use all 5 pages. If your test has one question, you will need 5 blank pages. If your test has 2 questions, you'll need to have ready 10 blank pages. Okay, just to clarify, if you are taking the exam by paper, each question has up to 5 pages that you can upload. So at most there will be only 2 questions, which means that at the ready, you should have about 14 blank pages that are pre-labeled with your AP ID and your initials. The reason being is that if you mess up and you want to have a separate paper, you have one ready and you don't have to waste time finding and labeling new pieces of paper. So have 14 ready just to be safe, along with 4 pens, black or blue pens, in case you run out of ink. Preparation. 2 days before your test exam, you will be emailed an e-ticket. When you click that e-ticket, you'll be able to log in to your test on the exam day. Before you log in to your test, please do the practice test module below. You can do so by clicking on this image. It will take you to the AP exam where you can practice inputting in your AP ID number, your information, and you can practice uploading your answers to the test as well. On the day of the exam, you need to have the following items ready. You need your exam with your ticket email, so you can click on your e-ticket. Complete the exam day checklist, which is located in the description below the video, including your AP ID. Have your laptop, tablet, smartphone plugged in into an outlet so you do not run out of any batteries. On your computer, laptop, or smartphone, you need to have the appropriate browser. Chrome is recommended, but it will also work on Firefox, Safari, and Edge. Make sure you have a stable internet connection. Again, please encourage your family members to leave your Wi-Fi or your data free in order for you to complete the test. Finally, if you have any accommodations which you have cleared with the College Board, you will have those made available to you. Strongly recommended is that you have Google Docs or Microsoft Word or another app in order for you to type. On the day of your test, log in 30 minutes early using your e-ticket ID. Open up your email, click on the ticket, and enter the testing room with your e-ticket. It is an 8-digit number and letter combination. Begin to fill out your information, personal information, and then prepare your browser by following the video instructions below. It's time to set up your account and fill out your personal information. First name, last name, your date of birth, the complete year, and then your attached email account. If you see an error message, it means that your emails do not match up. Double check the spelling and make sure that the emails are correct. Once they are correct, the errors will go away. Click on Test from Home, and you may accept or decline, allowing College Board to use your answers for research and instructional purposes. It does not matter, and it will not affect your score if you accept or decline. Finally, click I agree to the terms and conditions, and click Continue. This will take you to a waiting room where you will wait to begin your test. While you are waiting, log in to your Google Drive. Open up a tab, log into your Google Drive. It is time to locate your answer document that you've created beforehand. Inside of your Google Drive, click My Drive, and then go to the search button. In the search, you are going to type in the name of your answer document. Ours was APUSH question 1. When you have located the file, open up your answer document. Your answer document should be blank with the AP ID at the top left corner, along with your initial and a blank for your answer. Minimize the window. You will now have to separate your windows. Click your answer document and drag the window until your mouse touches the right corner, the right middle corner of your screen. Next, select the window that has your test browser to move it to the left side of your screen. Now your testing browser is on the left of your screen and your answer document is on the right side of your screen. You are now ready to begin the test. When the timer ticks down to 0, begin your test and write your answers on the right side on your answer document. You are preparing your pages by paper. Make sure you have 8-line paper pre-labeled with your AP ID and your initials for each question that you are going to answer. To be safe, you should have a total of 14-line papers pre-labeled with 4 black or blue pens. Make sure your cell phone has a functioning camera and is connected to the internet. Make sure you have enough storage on your phone to take at least 10 photos.
If your exam has 1 question, you will have 50 minutes. If you have 2 questions, you will get 30 minutes for the first one and 20 minutes for the second one. If you are approved for extended time, it will be added automatically. The timer will turn red when you have 5 minutes left. That's when you should wrap up your work and start submitting your response. Once that timer hits 0, you will automatically be moved to the next question. This is important. You can get partial credit for a partial answer, but you will not get any credit if you submit nothing.
It is very important that you submit the answers on time. Once you pass the time, you will not be able to submit your answers, and no submitted answers results in a 0 for that question. While you are taking the AP test, it is very important that you do not touch the testing browser. Once the timer has started to tick, please leave the browser open and answer your questions on your separate Google document on the right side of the screen. Do not close your testing browser. Do not refresh your testing browser. If you do so, your test will be canceled or nullified. If you accidentally close or refresh your browser, you may rejoin the test by going to your e-ticket and clicking on Rejoin. The timer will still continue to count down even though your browser has been closed. Please keep your eyes on the clock. When there is only 5 minutes left on the question, you will receive a pop-up window that alerts you that there is only 5 minutes left. We highly recommend that you stop work and you begin to upload your files for credit.
You have just completed answering question 1 of the test. It is now time to submit your work. When there is only 5 minutes left for the question, you will receive a pop-up browser inside of your testing browser. Click Continue. To upload the file, you will have to first save the Google Docs as a file. Click on File, and then Download, and go to Microsoft Word. It will now download your Google Docs as a file onto your computer. At the bottom, right-click and go to Show in Folder. Right-click on the name of the file and cut the file and move it to your desktop. The file is now located on your desktop. Go to your testing browser and click on Attach Response. Click on Attach Text File. Click on Browse for File. You will now have to locate the file on your desktop. In the pop-up window, to your left, select Desktop and find the name of the file. In this case, it is APUSH question 1. Click Open. Confirm that the correct file has been attached to this question. If you have attached an incorrect file, click the X to remove the file and repeat the process. Click Browse for File, go to your desktop, and find the correct file. Once the correct file has been attached, click the Submit button. A pop-up window will appear asking if you would like to confirm. Once you click Submit, your answer has been submitted and you may not return to this test question. If you have 2 questions on your AP test, clicking Submit will automatically move you to question 2. If you have only 1 question on your AP test, clicking Submit will conclude your test.
Okay, that was one way to upload your file as an answer document into the test. The next will be an example on how to copy and paste your answer into the test.
You have just completed question 1 of the AP test, and you are ready to submit your answer. To submit your answer via paste response, first you'll have to select all of the text inside of your response. To do so, click on Edit and go to the Select All option. It will highlight your complete text. Next, click on Edit and hit Copy. This will copy your text and now it is ready to paste. Click on the Paste Response your entire response into the text box. Double check to make sure that your answer has completely been pasted into the text box. Also, make sure that your AP ID followed by your initials appear in the top left corner. When you are satisfied with your response, click the Submit button. Once you click Submit in the pop-up browser, you will be moved on to question 2. If there is only one question for your AP test, you have now completed the AP test.
Those are 2 options to upload your answers if you are taking the test using a laptop, a Chromebook, or a tablet. The following video will show you how to upload your answers if you are doing them on paper.
Before you're writing your answers for the test on paper, you will need a phone to upload your work into the test. First, on your phone, go to your Gmail and access your Catch Gmail. To make sure it is your Catch Gmail, click on your icon with your name to make sure that you are logged into your Catch email account. Once you have done so, click on Search in Mail and type in College Board. Once you've done a search for College Board, locate your e-ticket and click on your e-ticket. This will take you to your browser where you will log in. Log in using your 8-digit AP ID number. Hit Continue and fill out the personal information. Your first name, your last name, your date of birth, and finally your Catch email address. Confirm your email address. Make sure they both match. And then select the Test from Home option. You can choose to accept or decline College Board's request to use your answers for instructional and research purposes. It will not affect the score whether you accept or decline. Hit the I agree to the terms and conditions button. Now you'll be taken to the waiting room where you will wait for the timer to reach 0 and you can begin your test. Make sure you keep in mind how much time is left for you to submit your work. When the timer reaches 5 minutes, a pop-up notice will appear alerting you that it is time to upload your work. There is now only 5 minutes left to upload your work into the test. Click Continue. You have to leave enough time in order for you to upload your work. Find your camera app on your phone and enable the camera to take photos. Take your photos from an up-down position and take a photo of each page. Make sure there are no no shadows, and make sure that the image and the writing is in focus. When you have successfully taken photos of your page, return back to the browser where you had your AP test. Click on the option of Attach a Photo. Upload page 1 and click Done. You will see a confirmation of your attachment in the middle of your phone. Repeat the process for page 2. Until all pages for this question have been successfully uploaded in the order. You may use up to 5 pages in order to answer a question. Once you have completely uploaded your answer sheet and you have confirmed that the correct files are attached, you may submit your work. If you have incorrectly attached a file, you may remove it by hitting the X button. Once you have removed the file, you will need to repeat the process of attaching a photo and attaching the correct file. When all files are successfully attached, click the Submit button. And if you click Submit, your answers are now complete for question 1. Once you hit Submit, you will not be able to return to this question. You will be moved on to question 2, or if your test has only one question, you have now completed the AP test.
Let us talk briefly about integrity. So this is C.S. Lewis. He's one of the writers. He's most famous for writing the Narnia Chronicles. This is a quotation on integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. As Catch Scholars, we know that our students will do their best and do their AP test with the greatest of fidelity and integrity. During the AP test, absolutely do not copy or paste any part of your response from the internet, a book, any type of publishment, as the College Board has made secure that all papers will be reviewed for any text that may have been copied and pasted. Do not Google your answers, or do not Google the question looking for the answers online. By the test date, the College Board has made absolutely sure that many false informations has been posted onto Google. So students who will be Googling questions into Google may receive false answers. Do not share your response with any other test takers. It is a severe violation of the integrity of the test, and doing so will result in a nullification of your score, a report to future colleges about your actions, and even a possible lawsuit. You are not allowed to consult or talk to anyone during the test. The College Board may be monitoring what is going on inside of your testing environment. So make sure that your testing environment is quiet and is a place where you can focus. There should not be any talking or consultation during the test. After you have successfully submitted both of your test exam questions, please go to myapp.collegeboard.org/login. You may do so by clicking the image on our presentation below. When you have signed in using your Catch email into your AP account, it will say that you have completed your AP test. Select the colleges, universities, or scholarship programs that you would like to receive your AP score. Depending on your score, colleges and universities will be offering you varying degrees of scholarships and opportunities that they would like to present you with. You may always go back and change your selection at a future date. If for any of the following reasons that you did not complete your test, for example, religious observations like Ramadan, if you missed your exam, if you failed to rejoin the exam because you refreshed or closed your browser, or when you completed the test and you did not receive your AP exam is complete notification after you had submitted both questions, for any of the reasons above, please click the link below to reschedule your exam. You will have to reschedule a future exam in order to complete the test. A new e-ticket will be issued for you for that new exam. You will not be able to access the new test and the future test date unless you get a new e-ticket from the College Board. The following is a schedule for makeup tests. Beginning on June 1st, 9 a.m. test exam time, 8:30 a.m. check-in. United States Government and Politics is for Mr. Pexton's class. June 2nd, for Dr. Arnold, at 8:30 a.m. will be English Lit and Composition. On June 3rd, for United States History, at 8:30 a.m. for Mr. Park. June 4th, 10:30 a.m. check-in for Spanish language with Ms. Martinez. June 4th, 12:30 p.m. check-in for AP Stats with Mr. Singleton. June 5th, 8:30 a.m. English language and composition for Ms. Rachel's class. And finally, June 5th, 12:30 p.m. for AP Psych makeup for Mr. Pexton's class. We are very proud of all of our Catch scholars and their families who give them the utmost support in their endeavor to excel academically during these trying times. Hats off to you, and we wish you the best of luck on your AP exams.